Hello. Welcome to my classroom. Welcome to my classroom. Hopefully this is good. Yeah. So this is oh god. Wait. You can see a little thing on the top. I am embarrassed. Yeah. Just move up just a little bit. Okay, there you go. There you go, sweetheart. You're doing great. Okay, cool. Okay, there we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Uttaite 101, or as I call it, become as gods. Yay! Okay. So yeah, Zoom class is in session. I hope everybody is in camera. If you're not, it's cool too. Just make sure you're paying attention. Thank you for your questions. I hope this is gonna be very informational for all of you. I got a lot of questions starting from like not streaming. That's my other thing. Okay, starting from singing, to finding instrumentals, to all the monetization and everything after that. So this is gonna be a very comprehensive class. And if you guys can't stay all the way through, it's okay because this is gonna be on the channel. And hopefully it's also gonna have timestamps and edited down to like a length that's a little more bearable for everyone. So yeah. So a few rules before we start. So everybody in chat, make sure you guys stay on topic, just to keep the discussion relevant. You can ask as many questions as you want. I'll get to them if I see something interesting or something relevant or something that I haven't put into the slides. And if you want to send any additional marshmallows or anything, I will. The link is down below, and I'll answer them at the end of the lesson if I have the energy. Also, anything that I mention, all the resources and everything is going to be down in the description as well. So yeah, everything is down in the doobly-doo. Make sure you see it. Yeah. Yay! Okay, don't worry. You don't have to show yourselves. I know some people just don't like being on camp, so it's okay. I see you. I appreciate you. Just participate, cause I'll be handing out your grades at the end of the week. So we'll see. Okay. So the first question I got is part of the base. Oh yeah, right. I structured it basics. Starting out, I think singing, trance lyrics, mixing, videos. What else? Monetization, copyright, and then just like a few other things at the end. So, yay! No problem, guys. I just hope this is informational for you. Okay, let's start. So the first question is from... Oh, right. There's no names. Okay. It says, well, good day, Rachie. Good day. Been a fan for a long time, but I still don't get about the terms. That's okay. What's an Uttaite even? What makes it different from a coverist? My model's always scared, so I'm really sorry. What's an Uttaite? What makes it different from a coverist? If it's the same, what makes people refer to themselves as an Uttaite content creator? Thank you for your kind attention. Saya hatukan terima kasih. Thank you so much for the question. Let's see. So this is what it is. An Uttaite is also youtaite, which is also a coverist. They're the same thing. The term originated from Nico Nico Doga, which is where like Vocaloid got popular and stuff on the Japan side. And the word Uttaite comes from the Japanese word kashu, which means artist or singer. And if you would basically call yourself a Uttaite if you are part of the Vocaloid community most of the time, especially like in the Western speaking world. I think Western people refer to the Japanese cover artists as Uttaite, and then they refer to anybody who sings on YouTube, that starts on YouTube, Western, as a Uttaite, and a coverist is just a general term for anybody that covers stuff. Yeah. There we go. Okay. I hope that answered your question. Okay. Next question. Is my voice very quiet? I'm really sorry. Okay. The next one is, hey, I want to ask some questions. Sorry if my English is bad. You're Indonesian, right? How do you convince people around you? I want to be Uttaite, but what I have is people say I'm crazy. People still think I'm crazy. My family still doesn't take this seriously. So yeah. Is it hard to become a youtaite? What is needed? Sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. What is needed? And 3, how do you translate Japanese songs you cover? Okay, so okay, and then 2, you need a mic, you need a computer, you need working internet, and you also need to want to be one, obviously. And for the 3rd one, you either grab them from the net, or you can. I either grab them from the net or translate them myself. Most of the time, I've been translating things myself, so that's how I'm doing things. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, this is better in terms of volume. Yeah. So hope that answered your question. I'm sorry. I'm feeling really nervous. I'm sorry. Okay. So. Yay! Okay. Yay! Okay, so, next question. What's something you want new Uttaites to know? This is a great question. Thanks so much for your question. It's, Oh, hi Zen. Okay. There we go. So I can see you. Yay! Okay. So, what do you want new Uttaites to know? I was thinking about this one for a while, to be honest. But I think the most important thing I want them to know is that if you're coming in just for making money, it's not gonna work. Being a cover artist is not very sustainable unless you're willing to I don't want to put it like that, but it's like unless you sell yourself out. Sort of, you know, you gotta hop on bandwagons, and I know that's hard for a lot of people because not a lot of people like what's in the popular media and stuff. So yeah, yeah, that's so yeah. But most people aren't in the community just, you know, to make money and stuff like that, and people are in it for the people, and that's basically what you should be in it for the people and for the fun, because the people make the community. And even if you don't get views or you never get your breakout cover or anything like that, you know, it's still worth it. Somebody out there appreciates the work you do. If you know, whether you have like 100 views or like 100,000 views, you know, there's always gonna be somebody that's gonna that's gonna appreciate it. So yeah, that's something I want you guys to know. You should be starting it for the right reasons. Because if not, it's gonna be hell. And it is hell. So yeah. Okay, anyway, next question. Hopefully that answered your question. Thank you for the question. Ha. Okay, next question. How do I start my own cover channel? I've been getting this question a lot. I want to try and become a great singer, covering songs I like, especially anime songs, but I have no idea how to start properly. That's a great question. It's good that you asked. A lot of people also had this question, but let me yeah. So here are my top tips on starting. Wait, let me just read chat. Oh, sorry. I got nervous. Right. If we go back to things we want people to know, yeah. Forcing yourself to sing bandwagon songs isn't very enjoyable. And it's not for everyone. But if you are trying to make this like a hobby or something, that's sort of a tip. I mean, more than a hobby. That's a tip. You sing the bandwagon songs. A better one probably is to predict the trends. You know, look out for new songs all the time and just like sort of see which one is gonna be popular and stuff. But it's hard, and that's probably the reason why there aren't a lot of people that cover songs that are really, really successful. But yeah, what else? Okay, let's move on. So, right, how to start your own cover channel. So, I've been getting this question a lot, and I thought about the tips, and I think this is like probably my top tips on starting. You want your username to be something unique and memorable, and if that means stopping using the name Miley Cyrus 13, so be it. It's totally not a suspiciously specific thing, haha. make a lot of social media because even if YouTube is super searchable, you don't actually get a lot of collaborators from YouTube, and you can't really like talk to people on YouTube. So I would recommend making Twitter, maybe a SoundCloud, because SoundCloud has the DM function, maybe like a blog, like a Tumblr or something. You can make more friends that way, but I really recommend Twitter as like the #1 thing. Especially if you're trying to make friends, if you're trying to be involved in the community, if you're trying to like get the word out there. A lot of the times Twitter is a good place to like spread info. Yeah. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, make sure your username is also easy to spell. My name is not easy to spell. What do you think my name is? It's splendiferachie. It's not Splendid Life Rachie. I hope nobody thought it was Splendid Life Rachie. It's okay though. Yeah, but you know, even if you pick like a easy username like Jubyphonic, people still spell Julie's name as Judy, you know, with a D. So okay. Anyway, also my other top tip for starting out is probably don't invest in equipment until you've been doing it for more than a few months, just because it's expensive and you want this thing to be sustainable. And honestly, even if you get good equipment, you're not guaranteed to make any good things. Yeah. Make sure you get involved with the community, tag your videos, and have fun. I think that is a good thing. Yeah. Oh, why did you change your name to Splendiferachie? Oh, I changed it to... It was always my username. Everything has been Splendiferachie everywhere. I just thought to make it homogenous. It's been my Twitter handle from the start. It's been my SoundCloud handle from the start. So, yeah. Okay, next. So, equipment and setup. Okay, equipment is also important. What's some equipment or setup you should have starting out as a youtaite? So, this is what I recommend. A computer, a pop filter, a microphone, and a quiet room. A quiet room. A quiet, non-reflective room. Make sure you don't record in the bathroom. It doesn't work, okay? Make sure you record in a place that doesn't have a lot of noise. Maybe you can put... Yeah. And yeah. Non-reflective. No bathroom. Okay, next one. It's funny. I'm sorry. It's a bad joke. Okay. Which microphones would you recommend, and what programs would you recommend for mixing and other things like that? Okay, thank you for the question. So here, before I do that, I just have to let me explain a little bit of my microphones, right? So there's two kinds. You have your USB mics, and then you have an XLR mic. Don't worry, I'll explain. Okay, so USB mics, right? You can plug it directly into your computer. It's like a plug and play. You know, like those, like the SpongeBob nose controller. It's plug and play. Once you plug it in, you don't need anything else. You can just start using it. You also don't need any other additional audio equipment. So it's really easy. You just have to bring around your mic if you need it. It's also relatively cheaper compared to other things, and the sound quality is actually good. I recorded my R on a USB mic. I recorded a lot of things on a USB mic. I think most of my covers until Crying with Rain was probably on a USB mic, and doesn't sound all that bad, right? So yeah, it's fine. So some popular mics, as you can see, it's Blue Yeti. I surveyed the community about this, and I see a lot of these. Blue Yeti AT2020 USB. The Snowball is also popular, but I wouldn't recommend that. Rode NT USB is also a good one. A Samson C01U is also... I used to use the Samson. It's also pretty good. I think it's better for like lower voices. I think if you have a high voice, maybe the Yeti is good for you. If you have like a more bassy, like a bass, like a booming voice, like I don't think you should use the Yeti. I think you should go with an AT2020 probably. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So that's a USB mic. I recommend this to like beginners. This would be like your starting mic. And then once you're ready and everything, you would move on to an XLR if you're like super serious, because this stuff costs money. It's money. USB mics cost around like $100 to $150 depending on where you get it. It's usually about $150. But XLRs can be like expensive. Sound quality is very good because this is what the pros use. It's also dependent on your interface. Probably not too much, but it is dependent on your interface because your interface also controls some of the volume. It's definitely an investment. but you know, you have to buy the mic and then you have to buy the interface additionally, so it's money. Yes. Vicious note taking. Yes, kids, take notes. Take notes. Take notes. I mean, I wouldn't. Okay. I'm reading chat. 150 for a mic, yeesh. I wouldn't buy anything cheaper than that. Like, I wouldn't recommend anything cheaper than that just because, one, it's not worth, like, the quality isn't worth the price. And you can use a USB mic for a lot of things. Like, it's very versatile, you know? Like, it's not just for singing. You can also do it for streaming and other things. So, yeah, if you're gonna spend your money, I would recommend spending it and like lasting a long time, just because like my Blue Yeti I think lasted about 5 or 6 years and it still lasted for a while. I just left it in the States, so it's yeah. Secondhand mics can go from 50 to 100. That's true. I got my refurbished one, my refurbished Yeti, I think I got for $80. So yeah. Anyway, so some popular mics. The AT2020 XLR is pretty popular as well. SM7B, the Shure SM7B is also pretty good. I hear it's not good for higher voices though. So if you have like a higher voice like me, maybe don't go for it. Otherwise, oh, if you live in New York City or around New York City, you should go to B&H audio, just because you can try out their mics for free and you can sort of hear what you sound like in them, and yeah, I recommend that. For interface, the Focusrite Scarlett Solo seems like a very good pick. I got mine for 127 Sing dollars, which is about $190 US. I don't know, not sure, maybe less. And Palm Mute, who's in chat, also recommends the Yamaha AG03. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. How old do you have to be? For what? Okay, your mic costs $30. Oh, you know what? If it works for you, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, more for like the quality. Like, if you wanna like, if you want the most bang for your buck, I wouldn't recommend anything less than like $100. Like, it's a big investment, but at the same time, if you're already buying a mic, I assume that you're in it for the long run, you know? So yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, next. Right, also, when it comes to mics, you also have to consider two things. So there's the condenser versus the dynamic mic, when it comes to XLR mics at least. So the condenser is what you want for singing. It's very sensitive to like small volumes and stuff. I'm using a condenser mic right now. But it's expensive. It's more expensive than a dynamic mic, at least. Dynamic mics are what you see a lot of streamers use just because they don't need condenser mics. But dynamic mics aren't as sensitive to like soft voices. I would only recommend dynamic if you're in a super noisy environment, just because it doesn't pick up noises very easily in the background. So yeah. That's my crash course. Does anybody have any questions about that? Yeah, dynamics are usually used for live sounds. They're very durable too. But yeah, they're cheaper. Okay. Other things about microphones. So some other equip that you might want to have: a pop filter. So the foam thing that somebody's that Zero is saying in chat is the foam is a pop filter. So basically, if I go like like it doesn't really go into the mic and you don't hear that pop. But sorry for the noise. If I take it out like this, right? If I go like, sorry for the ASMR, but like you can sort of hear it a little more, and it's a little hard to take out during mixing. So I would recommend just not using. Sorry, my dogs are distracting me. I would recommend using a pop filter, and if you don't have one and can't buy one, just use like 2 socks over it or something. In the end, it also depends on your technique, on how you use the pop filters. So if you purposely like pop into the mic, you know, you can still hear it. Sorry about that. So just make sure, you know, like you're angling your mouth away a little bit. You're standing at a correct distance away. I would recommend 1 handspan away from the pop filter. I don't know what Palm recommends, but yeah, a shock mount is also pretty good too, because if you sort of jostle the mic a little bit, it doesn't really do much. Yeah, and if you are in a noisy environment and have a lot of static and bouncing stuff, I would recommend isolation shields, so that your sound is a little more clear and stuff. Yeah. Ooh, so Palm never uses a pop filter. He just puts the mic a bit to the side and sings. Yeah, that's also a good one. So as long as your like breaths, like your doesn't like reach the membrane, like the, I forgot what it's called. I guess the membrane of the mic. It should be good. So yeah. Okay. So, oh, did I read the thing? No? Oh, wait, did somebody ask? Wait, did this come with programs? I guess they asked about programs. Okay, yeah, they asked about programs. Sick. Okay. So, moving on from microphones, let's talk about audio programs, right? So there's a lot. There's a lot you can use. There's I separated it into free and paid. So for free ones, the number one thing I would recommend from this list is Zoro. Shh. The number one thing I would recommend from this list is Reaper. It takes a bit to get used to, but it's super versatile and very customizable, including the UI and everything. And yeah, it's free, you know, like in the WinRAR sense. I don't know. I'd pay for it though if I actually used it more. And if you're on a Mac, GarageBand, it's totally usable. I used it to mix Dummy Dummy, and I used it to record a lot of my earlier covers, so it's totally usable. Mixing wise, it's just very rudimentary though. Anthong actually uses Audacity for mixing. He used Audacity for mixing my cover of Orange Genome. He's a little crazy, a little bit of a meso. You can mix in it if you're meso, but I'm not. I like a comfy life. Anyway, so for paid options, I think I would recommend using Cubase probably. I think is the one that I would recommend the most out of all of these. I got trapped in the Adobe suite, so I use Audition when I'm doing it on my Windows, but if I'm doing it on my Mac, which I use to record because I have a really old Mac, I use Logic Pro, and it costs a lot of money, but their stock plugins are really, really, really good. So yeah. Thank you for the super chats. Sorry I didn't see it earlier. I'm gonna read everything at the end. Thank you. But yeah, it's Mac only, but the stock plugins are super duper solid. Yeah, are super duper duper solid. So if you can get your hands on it, maybe I can teach you guys how to like mix in it. Although I never really use the stock plugins anymore. Actually, that's a lie. I do. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So plugins, right? Just think of plugins as DLC for your audio, digital audio workstation or your DAW. There's the free ones, which I provided here, and there's also the paid ones. The free ones are also pretty good. So these ones are from Palm, who recommended them to me. I also asked Zero, who was my mixer, for a lot of things, for some recommendations too. So hopefully these help you. Again, the presentation is down in the doobly-doo, so if you want to take a look at all these plugins and everything, I would strongly suggest it. Yeah, it's like EA, you know. It's more of just imagine just your DAW as like the base. Yeah, it's like a base game, you know. And it can be made better by these like DLC, sort of pay to win, sort of like MapleStory. Yeah, Reaper's plugins are nice because they're also universal. So the ones that I'd recommend off of these are FabFilter. I use Waves for tuning. Isotope I use for mastering as well. I think I use Antares for tuning every once in a while. It's just a little hard for me. But yeah, FabFilter is really, really good. So if you can find a way to get your hands on it, get your hands on it. Otherwise, just look at all these stuff and just let me know if there's anything else. Let me see. Let me check chat. What's chat saying? Okay. Yes. Yeah, Isotope is hella expensive. Once in a while they do sales, but if you can get your hands on it somehow, I'm not gonna say how. It's really good. And Waves has sales a lot. Yeah, I recommend Waves a lot. Waves has Palm told me that CLA vocals is a plugin used in a lot of bedroom producers things. So you guys should take a look at that. Yeah. And I use Waves Tune for tuning. Always. Anyway, so moving on. I hope that wasn't too fast or anything, but please let me know if I'm too fast or anything and I'll slow down. What mic do I use? The mics I used, is right now is a C414 by AKG. It's a really good condenser mic. You can look at it yourself. I'm not gonna say the price on stream. Anyway, next question. Hey Rachie, what tips would you give for someone who's trying to record covers in an untreated room? I've been having issues with ambient noises affecting my recordings. Also wanted to say that I've been following the work you do for about 5 years. Thank you. I really appreciate the effort and quality of your covers. Thank you. Keep the good work up. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the question. Yongohanes mascot. Yeah, I can talk. I can understand Japanese just a little bit. So ideally, we would be in a studio or like a little home studio booth, but these can be very, very expensive, like 10K. So this is the reality of what us cover singers have to go through. Give me a second. Look at that. Blanket over your head. Just putting it in a box with foam. Doing it in your closet. Yeah, that's what I do. So that's what I do. I throw a blanket over my head. Several towels also work. I've seen people rig like a frame with PVC pipes and then put heavy blankets over that, and then boom, instant isolation studio. You're good. You can also get an isolation shield, like I mentioned. You can also do what some music schools do, which is like line like a partition or the walls with egg cartons or soundproof foam. Throw a blanket over the partitions, and you're all good. The key is basically to get your room as non-reflective as possible. So maybe you can get some luggages and throw blankets or carpets or towels over it and then record in front of that. You could also do it in your closet. That's how I used to do it in my apartment. I used to do it in my closet. Now I am out of the closet. Joke. Okay, I'm not yet. Go to your school's music building and maybe book a practice room, because that's how I used to do it back in university as well. Just be creative and just make sure that your place isn't reflective. Zoro, seriously, stay away. I don't want you here. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so those are my tips. Let's see. What's a good? Yeah, but okay. Y'all have closets. You know what? I wish my apartment had closets. My first apartment did, but I lost my apartment. You know, I'm not gonna talk about that. I'll talk about that later during like free talk or something. But like next time you see me, ask me about my apartment story. It's crazy. Anyway, what is a good yet cheap microphone you recommend, and what software do you use? Thanks for the question. Hello. This is okay. So this is my worth it setup. For beginners, right? Pop filter and any old cheap one will do. You can use your sock. You can just turn your face away from the mic, like I said. But I recommend having the Blue Yeti or the Yeti Nano. It's not good with lower voices, but if you have a voice like me, which is like high and airy, it's good. AT10E20 is also good. I see a lot of people like it's good, a very versatile one to have. If I'm not mistaken. People can tell me in chat if I'm wrong though. But yeah, AT2020 is also pretty good. I recommend anything by Audio-Technica, honestly. They're good for the price. And I think you should also get a set of good not monitor head. I guess they're monitor headphones. Something that's neutral. You don't want anything with too much bass. You don't want anything that's too like cranked up on the high frequencies. You just want something that's neutral. And the one I've been using is the ATH-M40X. I've had this for like 3-4 years, maybe, at this point. I got it at a discount. I got it at like $60, so it's really good. Yep, old reliable. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna... Whoopsies. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, that was my dog. He was being him. Okay, but yeah, this is okay. So this is my worth it setup. Yeah. You guys can let me know if it's not worth it for you. But honestly, you don't really need a pop filter if you don't want one. And programs, if you want to keep it free, use Reaper or use anything that's included in, like, you use GarageBand. It's all good. Like, honestly, it's how you use it. That's really the most important. Okay. Anyway, next question. Sorry about that. What recording service do you use and is it free? Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna read this one. I use Logic Pro X. It is not free. I'm wondering how you can record yourself without any static and stuff. By the way, you're my favorite Uttaite on YouTube. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I will. I'll try. But yeah. Any static, maybe you want to change your mic. Maybe your mic has the static. Like if you upload on an iPhone, a lot of the time it picks up a lot of stuff. So yeah, maybe not do that. Change your to a quiet environment. Maybe like fix your place so it's more quiet, like we discussed. Or you could make a quiet environment. So yeah, those are my 3 tips. Maybe another one would be maybe you're not plugging it in the right way. Anyway, yeah. Let me check. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, getting distracted. My dog at the back is like really noisy. He's like asking for my attention, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. I'm in the middle of a presentation. It's so embarrassing. It's like when a professor, like, I don't know. Anyway, next question. It's on instrumentals. Okay, how do you find or create instrumental track for your covers? And for this, I'm gonna invite my friend Palm Mute to come on. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna explain the find part of it first, which is it's easy to find them. Usually they're in the descriptions of the videos, or on Piapro. You can search for these keywords. Like you can search the song name, and then you can search off or karaoke or insto. Like that's short for like instrumental or karaoke or off. Again, if you want to copy and paste these terms, the presentation's down below in the doobly-doo. Sometimes they're also on the single that's released in stores. Sometimes they're not released for free. You might want to like double check to see if you can cover the song at that rate, you know, just to make sure that you're not like wasting any money. But yeah, there's also that. And also, you can also use fan-made arrangements, although monetizing it's a little dubious. But yeah, so that's how you find them. Is there anything else I'm missing? Is there anything else I'm missing? Not really. I think if you do a quick Google search for the name of the song in Japanese or whatever, and then insto or karaoke, like you can do it. Sometimes you'll have to like register for a website to do it, but now that, you know, Google Chrome and stuff has like built-in translate, it should be fine. Anyway, I'm gonna call my friend Palm and see if he's good. Are you good to call? Yeah, Piapro is gonna be your best friend, because for the Vocaloid community at least, people upload a lot of instrumentals to there. Sometimes you can even find gems that aren't uploaded to YouTube that are uploaded to Piapro, so let's go. Okay, Palm's available to call. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Oh my god. Hey Palm. Okay, so we're on the create section of the instrumental, but like, do you have any tips for people who may want to get into like creating these instrumentals themselves?
Before you start, you are going to not be able to do what you want to do because it's a lot. So start doing things in little chunks, like learning how to make a bass line, learning how to do the high Swiss. Doing like one instrumental at a time and keep it in small manageable chunks. Because if you want to do like a professional sounding instrumental right away, it will take you hundreds of hours and get like very demotivating. So take it in like very small chunks and you'll do great.
Yeah, would you recommend people have like music theory experience with that, like playing instruments, or is this also something that...
It would definitely help.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's required. There's plenty, especially in the EDM background people. They usually are not able to even play any instruments whatsoever, and they do fine once they like do a little bit of studying. But it definitely helps to like learn an instrument, at least to like a little bit.
Right. You don't need to like actually have the instrument to like program it into the DAW, right? Like you can just use like MIDI and stuff and like use a piano roll. Yeah.
Okay. There's software like Contacts, for example, where you can buy a lot of third-party instruments or like just download them for free.
Okay.
Where you have all the instruments that you can think of, pretty much.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah, it is doable. It just takes time for like a newbie, right?
Yeah, it is. The learning curve is very steep.
So, what would you recommend? How do you recommend people commission one? If you know they don't know if they can't make it themselves or find it. So I have the info on the screen right now. But yeah, if you just want to explain that.
It obviously you already copied it over for me. It depends on like what size of creator you are. As a small creator, you obviously don't make any money. So generally, if you wait, what?
No, I'm just yeah. You don't.
What is going on?
Oh no! Okay, as a small creator, you don't get any money, right? So you want to do like third-party instrumentals. So let's say like there's another cover artist. You usually
find it like there's a lot of people that have like entire channels dedicated to making like instrumentals for songs they really really like, and usually you can
find them. You can just Google them.
After the song is out.
Yeah, you can just Google them. They're like all over YouTube.
Yeah. The only thing is like sometimes it takes about like on average it usually takes about a week to 1.5 weeks after a song gets out before people post their instrumental, because they usually take a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Then often you can just email them or like comment in their comment section, just be like, hey, can I use it? And a lot of people are just fine with you using it. Sometimes if they're a little bit more commercial, there's a couple companies that like try to license them, which usually costs about $30, or they'll ask for a percentage.
Yeah, so
for the people that ask a percentage, you can actually get it on stores like Spotify and stuff.
Yeah, you can also find them on Basecamp sometimes. So like for some cover artists will like commission instrumentals and like they will release them, and if you want to use them for commercial use, you just gotta like pay them, or maybe they'll give it away for free. Best bet is just to shoot them a DM. Yeah, just to shoot them a DM and see if what their terms are. Okay. But if you are bigger than a small creator, if you are a bigger small creator, or a lower mid. Ooh.
Yeah, usually this is when you have like 5,000 to like 50,000 subscribers.
Oh, okay.
That's what I would say is like a lower mid creator. Usually you just get someone on Fiverr, and
I see.
They usually are able to do an instrumental for somewhere between $60 to $100. There's a couple people that cost a lot more, but yeah, you obviously don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, most likely not, unless. But yeah.
The only problem with Fiverr instrumentals is sometimes because they do it very, very fast and they do a lot of instrumentals, there'll be a lot of like small errors that are like kind of like cutting corners type errors. So if you have like more money, when you get about to like 50 to 200 to 250,000 subscribers, usually, you generally have like another $100-$200 to pay someone, usually like me, or like Alter Audio is also really good, or just any other like arranger that does a lot of arrangements for people like Amanda Lee, Sapphire or something. You can usually look in their descriptions and just find people.
Yeah, and that's also for like the high level. If you like look into like all these people who commission original instrumentals like Amanda Lee or like Sapphire. Oh, am I? Sorry. Like Amanda Lee and like Sapphire, or like, you know, Juby or me. You can usually look for like the details of the arranger in the comments, and then you in the description, and you can usually just reach out and like see if they can do anything for you. Yeah. Like.
Yeah, and a lot of them are so really nice. So like even if you do not have the money for it, I get about an email like every 2-3 months from someone. they'll just see my name in the description. And they'll usually like ask me about like, oh, can you do like an instrumental? And for me at the moment, like I'm very high priced compared to the community. So usually an instrumental for me is like $1,000, which the top of the line in the community right now is like $400.
I think it's 500 to 600 probably, actually.
Did you say something? You cut off.
It's from what I know, it's about 500 to 600 probably is the highest right now. I think I was charged like 500 for an instrumental of this game.
Yeah, something around that
something
range.
around that range. So yeah.
But yeah, every time I get like an email about that, I usually either refer them to other people that are in their price range, or just like try to help them out in general.
Yeah. You would usually like commissioning these people. Sometimes if you're already paying that price, right, you might as well ask for like a special version of the instrumental, like a different kind of arrangement, maybe like a jazz arrangement or like a different kind of thing with like different instruments or something. So when you're at high level, I think this is where you can play around and make like those special covers that, you know, you see Uttaite make like on the Japanese side, that maybe is too hard to request from Fiverr. But yeah, as Palm mentioned in my Discord stuff, he wants you guys to know, right? You got to keep it sustainable. You know, your income's got to be more than your expenses. Just to be smart about
That's
it.
just a life lesson.
This is just a little personal finance lesson. Make sure your expenses aren't more than your income, or else I don't know, maybe you can't eat that month. You know? So just prioritize. Yeah. And I think it's also important to emphasize that just because you have a good instrumental, it's not going to make you money. You know, people aren't going to come to your cover just because you have a good instrumental. There's other things that people want to see in that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I get quite a number of people that ask me about it. And they'll often have this assumption that if they get like someone that works with Rachie, that they'll get the same amount of views as Rachie.
Really?
Yeah, and insert name of who they found
insert
me
name
for.
of whoever.
I'm
like,
just using you as an example because we are at the best place on the internet right now. I mean, yeah, it is. But if you are very inexperienced, it's obviously that you don't know better. You just expect that. You just don't really think about it.
Yeah, like take risks. It's cool to take risks, but you gotta make a calculated risk. I think that's just a good personal finance lesson, and just the lesson on like how the internet works in general. But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to add to this, maybe that you left out?
No, that's about it.
Okay. I think that's about it for instrumentals. Yep. Thanks for coming on, Palm. I appreciate it. Also, this is like the first time we're calling in person. I thought your voice would be lower. I'm not gonna lie.
What? Oh, hold up. I got you. Is this better?
Oh yeah. Now we talking. Thank you. What just happened? I'll deal with that later. Anyway, thanks for calling. I hope people learned stuff from this instrumental section. And Palm, you're gonna be in the comments, right? If anything happens.
Yep.
Okay. So he's gonna be there. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Now I'm gonna move on. Okay, moving on. That was Palm, everyone. You guys can follow him at Palm Mute Audio on Twitter. He was great. Sorry. Okay, so next question is about singing. I think this whole next section is about singing, so it's all good. So, do you have a singing technique? This one asks. Great question. No. No, I'm joking. This also relates to this next question, which is, hello, Rachie. Just found out about your channel. Hello. Welcome. I really like your covers since they give off a very fun yet powerful vibe somehow. Thanks! It's the voice. Lately, I've been watching a lot of Uttaite covers, and I've been interested in learning and practicing myself. Since my voice is so-so, I really want to ask, how do you get starting into it, and what kind of things did you learn along the way that you would like to give as tips? Also, what would you recommend a beginner such as myself to start off with, besides practicing my vocals, of course? Learn how to mix, learn the theories. Thank you so much. Love your works. Keep up the great work, and stay fresh. Stay fresh! Weemo! Okay, thank you so much for the questions. Wahoo! here we go. It's a little bit of a text dump. So I'm just gonna skim through this one. You can read most of it in the presentation, in the PDF files below. But yeah, there's a lot. Here, there's a lot here. There's a lot here. So the basics. You shouldn't be in pain when you're singing. And if there's pain, Google it, fix it. Breathe with your stomach instead of breathing. Like, when you breathe when it comes to singing, it should be like how you breathe when you're lying down. So with your stomach, not with your shoulders. And if I get a question a lot where people are just like, hey, why is my voice is like really soft when I sing and stuff like that. But when they're talking, they talk like this, right? So try singing with your talking voice. You know, use that as like a springboard, go from there. And my last basic tip is put your heart into singing, because it's actually one of the things that shows. So yeah. And here are some life hacks that I learned along the way for sounding better than you actually do. You should learn the basics of mixing, because because in the end your voice is gonna get mixed. So just make sure you know what goes into a mix, why your favorite mixes sound the way that they do, and then maybe you can record your stuff. According to the following that pattern. So let's say you like how Ghost City. Here, let me put an example. Here. So Ghost City Tokyo's. I'll use an example for my own thing. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. So for example, right? Ghost City Tokyo sounds like. Oh wait, you guys cannot hear it. 1 second. Let's see. Here we go. So Ghost City. So that's like a solo. Wait, here. This part of Ghost City Tokyo. No matter where I go in Tokyo, I feel almost like a ghost. So like in that part of Ghost City Tokyo, I don't know if you heard, but it sounded like my vocals were sort of stereo and like a little wider. That's because I recorded 3 takes of that. And so it's just little tips like that that'll help you learn like how to make your mix how it sounds in your voice. But yeah, stream Ghost City Tokyo, it's out. Another one is adding emotion to lines can help you cover up notes you can't reach. So like, you know how in Lost One's Weeping, I sort of go like, it's because I couldn't reach the notes, so I just made it screechy, and people are just like, oh, that's so good, and I'm like, I tricked you. But yeah, so I recommend screaming or voice cracks for, angry or upset notes and stuff like that. And I also recommend whispering low notes to emphasize sad. So like, it's not that I can't reach the notes sometimes, but it's sort of like how in Astronauts I sort of like whispered that last part, like it's also for like emphasis of emotions, but you can also use it to cover any low notes that you can't sing. So that's a tip for me as well. Let's see, learning to phrase the songs is also a good thing. So it makes you sound less like an amateur. So instead of singing like, let me think, what's a song? So I think Let me think. I didn't think this one through, but phrasing is really important, because if you breathe in the middle of a song, in the middle of a phrase, people sort of like hear it. It sort of like interrupts the flow of the line. And so it would be good to study where the original singer breathes, if there's a thing. In Vocaloid, it's more like studying other people's covers and seeing where they breathe and seeing what you like, seeing what you don't like. And then just changing it. You can also change the embellishments of some lines to fit your voice better. So let's say in Town of Jade, right? So I changed up the chorus a little bit. I changed not the chorus, but I changed up the bridge, the pre-chorus before the last chorus. Let me look for the original one. I hope this doesn't get flagged. Here. So instead of that, I did the two of us here, though it wasn't clear. Yeah. It wasn't clear. I think now I understand We were given a chance to do it all over again. So, the reason I did that was because I couldn't sing it in the original melody for some reason with the emotion that it needed. So yeah, that's what I did. I just changed it up, and it sounds fine. And yeah, that's also my tip. It also makes it sound really original, and people are just like, "Ooh, that's a good thing." So yeah, I would recommend that one a lot too. Let's see. Those are also my tips. If anybody else has any tips, maybe you can also put it in the chat. But yeah. There we go. Okay, so the next singing question is, how do you not sound nasally when singing, especially doing higher pitched voices? So I think this is a two-part question. I think I saw somebody in the chat ask how to sing high notes in general. That's something you've got to train your voice to do. So in the beginning, you have you should just Google voice exercises for like extending your range, and you should definitely do it in a healthy way. You can't extend your range like a few notes in like over the course of a few months. Like it's not very possible. You have to do it in a healthy way too, so you don't damage your voice. So I think when I was younger, I couldn't really reach some notes, and it's just a matter of just stretching your voice, because your voice is flexible. It's sort of like a muscle, and you need some muscles to support it so that you can sing higher. It's part of your core muscle too. I think exercising also helps with that, but so yeah, exercising helps. You basically need the breath support to be able to push those notes high. But it's not supposed to hurt, by the way. It's not supposed to hurt. So just keep that in mind, right? And once you can reach the high notes, there's a difference between singing it really nasally, and there's also singing it with an open throat. So if you're sounding nasally while singing in general, you want to keep your nose and your throat open. So instead of, it's like talking. So instead of talking like this, you want to talk like this, where some air is like leaking out of your nose too, but you don't want it leaking too much. You can also add more air into your vocals. So instead of like trying to push it up too high, you want to like have some air passing through, and then make sure your mouth is just a little more vertical when singing. So instead of going instead of going ah, you want to go ah. I don't think it shows very well on my VTuber, but make sure your mouth moves vertically instead of like horizontally when you sing. Yeah, you might want to look into that a little more, but I think if you Google it, you'll be able to find it. Yeah, can't sing some high notes, but I can sing notes higher than the notes I can't sing. Why? Oh, can you explain on that? Right. And if you want to sing low, it's sort of the same thing. You can't really like stretch your range, in a very short amount of time. You sort of got to put effort into it. And sometimes you just bottom out, and that's fine too. Yeah. Yeah, more generous with moving your jaw down. Thanks, Yugatsu. Yeah, that. Yeah. Yes, that works too, Palm. Yeah, keeping your tongue at the bottom of your mouth and opening your mouth a lot gives your mouth a lot of room to sound nice. Yeah, so I would recommend that as well. Oh, my BGM's off. Sorry. There we go. How do you sing runs? That's a muscle you gotta train as well. A lot of singing is a muscle. Your voice is a muscle. So you just gotta keep practicing every day. Yeah. I'm sorry. There's really no easy way to there's no shortcut to be able to sing well in a short amount of time, except if you practice a lot. And so I recommend not being shy when you're singing in public or in the bathroom. Just be annoying, be you. Don't be disruptful, but if you want to sing, go ahead and sing, There's no such thing as too much practice unless it's hurting you. Yeah. Anyway, next question is, how do you create harmonies in general? Haha, I get this question a lot. Probably because I do a lot of harmony layers. It also relates to this question I got. How do you figure out layered harmonies so well? I'm only confident with doing one layer, but I feel like doing more would add so much to my mixes. If not by ear, what are some other ways to figure out harmonies that you recommend? Thank you so much. Okay, so there are two ways. You could do it the traditional way, which is music theory time, and actually learn what chord intervals and everything is, because to all you music theory people out there, I'm pretty sure you know how to make a harmony. But it's either a major or a minor third up or down, Fifths are also good. You can also do octaves, right? So it depends on like the feel of the song. You just gotta learn, like, I'm still learning too, but like what sounds good, what kind of emotions it sort of evokes, and then you can sort of slot it in what you want. Some no-brain tricks that I use sometimes to figure out like what the hell is Deco doing in this song. Maybe, probably not Deco, but like Harumaki Gohan maybe sometimes. Is to pitch the vocal line up by 3 or 5 semitones, and then you change the notes that sound weird or like dissonant to your ears, and then boom, you get harmonies. That one requires a little bit of trial and error too. Or you could do what I do sometimes, and you can isolate harmonies, which, let me just pull up Audacity, and then I'll show you guys how that works. But you can do this in Audacity. Let me just put this on studio mode so you guys can't see what I'm doing. Window capture, okay. Okay, so this is Audacity, right? And here. So let's say I put in I don't actually have any songs here right now. Well, doesn't really matter. Let's say I put in let's put in Psychogram, right? Let's put the volume on low. But basically what you want to do is you want to go to this little drop down, and then you want to do split stereo to mono, right? And then pick one of the tracks. You go to effect, invert, and then it sort of like cuts everything out, and then you can hear. I don't know if you can actually hear that. It's very faint, but it's sort of there. It doesn't work with harmonies that are panned to either side, so most likely that's why it's not Oh, wait, you guys can't see it. I forget. Right. Oops. Sorry. Let me redo that. Ugh. Okay, so you want to go to split stereo to mono, and then you want to take one of the tracks, and then you want to effect, and then invert. Okay. And then... yeah. And then it should be playing like... oh, wait. What'd I do? I did something wrong. There we go. You can sort of hear it very faintly. But yeah, it mostly works on stuff that isn't... wait, yeah, I don't want to... no. Go away. Yeah, it mostly works on stuff that isn't double panned. So like, no, not stereo harmony. So just try it out. Yeah, okay. So that's what I do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It works more with Vocaloid songs because a lot of Vocaloid songs don't have double panned harmonies. So take from that what you want. You know, take from that what you want. Okay. Anyway, I learned how to do harmonies by listening to a lot of High School Musical, and my sister would force me to sing Troy Bolton's part, so like the harmony instead of the melody, and so that's how I learned to do high and low harmonies. And guess what? My sister can't do harmonies. It's just me, so it sucks for you. Okay, moving on. Right, singing. What are some vocal exercises you do before singing? Do you have tips for mixing and different voice altercation tips for different songs? Okay, thank you for the question. Moving on. I just pick random ones from the internet I feel that day. Like I'll just Google it and just be like, vocal trainings for sopranos. Or like, it depends on what song I'm doing and like which part of my range I wanna... what part of my range, which part of my vocal ability I sort of want to warm up that day. Like if I'm singing a fast song, I'll do something more tongue twisty to like warm up my voice so that I don't keep tripping over vowels. And yeah, 10 minutes is usually enough. For me at least. Some people need 20 minutes. That's all good. And for vocal altercation tips, I couldn't really understand what you meant, but I'm thinking you're saying like this is my like bass talking voice, but like you can do something like this, or you can do like something like this, or maybe you want to go for a top voice. Okay, doesn't matter. So you want to pick a voice that suits the song. So like you don't want to be singing happy synthesizer kimi no mune no, you know, like that doesn't sound right. You wanna keep it like light and like fun and fresh. But you should also like, you know, and vice versa. And sometimes the voices, you know, can actually emphasize phrases or words in songs. So if you want like a cutesy voice in an angry song, it sort of sounds a little scary. Like how if I'm using a cutesy voice in Psychogram instead of something like a little more angry, you know? You get it? Do you get it? yeah. So hopefully that works. Yeah, this is a live Q&A. Haha. I know I'm not really looking at chat for like a lot of questions, but I will. If I don't answer your question, just assume that I probably already have it in the presentation somewhere and I'll answer it later. But yeah. Woohoo! So next thing, singing. If a song is out of range, what can you do about that? If you pitch up or down the vocals, do you need to change the instrumental too, or does it have to be a full octave? Thank you for the thing! Haha, yeah, okay, I see that, Dubious. I'm not interested in being a Uttaite anymore, but I appreciate how informative this is. Yeah, being a Uttaite is a little bit hard work, but if you want to do it, it's very rewarding. So, you can change the pitch of the song, which means you have to change the off vocal pitch as well, or else there's going to be a lot of clashing. Or you could sing in a different octave, either up or down. My pro tip is to sing in the original octave and put it as part of the harmonies to make the song sound a little more full. And then you could also take my tips on like growling and like screaming and stuff like that to emphasize emotions, while also like being able to cheese songs. Yeah. Okay. Nice. I have a weird vocal range. Can I go from soprano to a tenor? Is there a microphone that picks up a wide range of notes? We talked about this before, but most microphones will do that. It just more depends on your vocal timbre, like your like the quality of your voice. So if you have like a more airy voice, maybe you don't want a blue yeti. Maybe you want a blue yeti. If you have a lower voice, maybe you don't want it. But yeah. It's in the presentation below if you want to like check up on the stuff that we've already covered. Anyway, so we're moving on to recording now. We're moving on to recording now. I'm sorry if this is a lot of information because you guys, I think I got a lot of like questions, so I'm trying to answer. I'm answering all of them, so I didn't really want to leave anybody behind, so I'm really sorry. Yeah. Anyway, so this one goes, Hi Rachie, I have a question about recording. How do you usually arrange your vocal tracks, especially for parts where vocals may interrupt in the transition from verse to chorus? Do you often have to count multiple takes to form the bass track to be mixed? Sorry for all these questions, but thank you if you see them. So this is more of like a mixing question too, I guess, but don't mix it all to one track. Your mixer will thank me later. Even if it's just a small overlap, please give it in different takes. This is also like if you have breaths or just like other little things, maybe some clicks may like overlap. So if you have anything that overlaps, just put it in different tracks. Just name it like lead 1, lead 2, main 1, main 2. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's what I would recommend. And yeah, your mixer can thank me later. Hee hee. Thank you. Okay, anyway, moving on. So, more recording. How do you get the background music? And also, how do you edit your cover and put all the music together? And what program do you use? Sorry if this doesn't make sense. I'm no good at explaining myself. It's okay. Same here. I don't know why I'm teaching this course. I guess I just wanted to spread the knowledge. This is also a good resource, I guess, for people who want to see it later in the future. P.S. Thank you for taking your time to answer our questions. It's no problem. Actually, I really like answering questions, so yeah, I'm happy. Anyway, background music. I think we've already... Oh, sorry. For the background music, I think we've already answered that, right? So you can go check the presentation below, or you could like go back if you're in a VOD. Also, how do you edit your covers and put all the music together and what program to use? I will talk about editing programs later, so... yeah, let's move on. Right, editing. Speaking of which, editing. What's the best way to start learning how to mix audio? So these are just very basic tips. You want to know your mixing program or your DAW inside out, and you want to watch a lot of YouTube tutorials. Good luck. But if you want, you know, a more in-depth thing, there's a question. Thank you for the question. I think I have an okay voice to sing, but I have no idea where to start and how to edit. Got any starter tips? Have I got tips for you? Ooh. Editing mixing vocals! Easy tips from someone who also cries every time she opens a workstation. Yay. So, editing vocals usually refers to cleaning lines and then tuning and timing. So cleaning lines is like noise removal, any clicks, any plosives, and stuff like that to make the sound very clean. You want to time the lines just to make sure it's in beat with the music, because even no matter how in time you are, you can always be better. And then tuning. You know what tuning is. Like, I sound horrible without tuning, so there's that. And then I sound like a goddess whenever somebody tunes me or when I tune myself. That's how I think. Yeah. 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 Okay, so that's editing. And then for mixing vocals, there's a few steps that maybe you want to follow to like mix. The goal of mixing, right, is to make your voice sound like it's in the same space in the instrumental, and also to sound like it's sort of, your voice is like an instrument, and you want it to sound good, and you want it to mesh with the other instruments in the track. So that's how I look at mixing. So there are a few basic things you want to do, which is compression. Makes your volumes equal. There's EQ. You play with your frequencies till it sounds good, so it doesn't sound too muddy and stuff like that. And then any extra effects if you're using, like a telephone effect or like other things, maybe like a stuttering or whatever. And then you want to add reverb to make it sound like in your same room as the instrumental. You want to mix your harmonies in. You want to follow all of the above steps. Sorry, I need to drink. I look so distraught when I drink, but yeah, you want to mix the harmonies. Make sure the harmonies stay at the back, and then the envelope tool, which is final touches on any effects and volumes, and then for mastering, it's the final touches on the overall mix. But yeah, that's like a basic overview of like a mixing workflow. But I suck at mixing. I barely mix anything. The things I mix, I mixed No Logic. I mixed like Oswald. It took a lot of time for me to mix Oswald too, but like I suck at it. I'm not really good at explaining it. And if you can't mix, there's a lot of wonderful people in the community who are more than willing to help a newbie out. You can mostly look for them through like mix commissions, mix requests on Twitter. I also put a really, really good resource down in the description made by a really older, like an older member of our community, Lokiism. I don't think he goes by Loki anymore. But yeah, it's down in the description. It's very, very comprehensive. There's like pages on pages of how to mix. And I really recommend that as like a starting resource for anybody who's like looking to start up on how to mix. But yeah. So anyway, moving on. Do you suggest commissioning a mixer or mixing yourself? I've been vocally trained and I've tried to mix myself, but I can't seem to figure it out. Honestly, I want to start doing Uttaite content, but the thing that holds me back is mixing and mastering the final project. So what do you suggest? Also, I love you and music, and I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay too. Oh shit. Okay. What do I suggest? I think it's up to you, honestly. I think it's up to you and what you want. If you think that if you want to save some time and if you don't want the hassle, I think you should go for mixing, for somebody else to mix it. But if you're willing to learn, and if you don't mind if you don't mind like trial and error, I think you should try to mix yourself. Like it's really personal preference. Yeah. How to tune. I won't cover that here just because it's a lot. It's very technical. So if you want to look up how to tune, it also really depends on your program as well. So if you want to look that up, you should just Google it. Besides, what I teach probably isn't best practices. I'm very lazy while doing this. While tuning. But yeah. Thank you so much, Neko. Okay. Is that the start? Ah, shit. Wait. Fuck. 1 second. It didn't catch everything. What? Oh, 1 second. Technical difficulties. I caught everything till the end though. Odd. Okay. I want everything from... let's see. Delete. Okay. Let's try that out. There we go. So, editing production. Is it better to do it yourself or commission it? Again, in the words of my best friend, Socrates, it depends. So yeah, just it's up to your own viewer discretion. So hopefully it works. Yes, it is the full Zoom experience. I'm so sorry, kids. Please don't get your attention away from this. I'm sorry, teacher. Teacher is a boomer. Technology hurts my head. Okay, anyway. Hello, thank you. I hope you're having a wonderful day too. I'm not a VTuber. I just don't want to show my face. I'm very shy. And yeah, my VTuber is very cute. Look what she can do. Oh, a little break from class. Oh, actually, you know what? This is a good time to take a break from class and see if there's any questions that I missed or if there's anything that you guys want to ask me. that I might have missed. Oh, actually, I'll also read some super chats while I'm at it, cause yeah. So there was a super chat from I'm heckin' mad. Thank you so much. How do I become a big titty goth waifu? Great question. Next question. There's also a $20 super chat from Hunter. Oh, hey babe. Thank you. I also saw like a $10 donation somewhere. I think it was in my Streamlabs. Let me open it up. Streamlabs. I'm not a boomer. I'm considered Gen Z still. I'm just an older one. I'm just an older Gen Z girl who lives in a third world country, which means everything's 10 years behind. That's my life. Haha. Don't spam super chats, please. Please don't. I don't think anybody can afford it anyway, so it's all good. It's all good. I think we got here. Let me see. Yes, there was a $10 donation from G Gary. Hey, love your covers. Your voice is amazing. The hobby you're doing helped me a lot to start making covers. So, greetings from a Hungarian Uttaite. Hello! Oh my god, Hungary. That's great. I'm so glad. Oh my god, wait. There's something going on with my chats as well. There we go. Yeah. Hello, Hungary. Greetings from Indonesia. Thank you so much for the $10. Okay, let me check chat. Do you use a software to make covers with? I do. So I talked about it before, but let me check. I actually deleted all the slides already, but you can find all of the programs that I used and the programs I recommend down in the presentation in the doobly-doo below. So yeah. An older Gen Z, isn't that basically a boomer? Are you 12? You sound like you're 12. How dare you talk to your teacher that way? Oh my god. Huh. The nerve of the young kids these days. Get off my lawn. Huh. Okay. Borderline boomer. Oh god, I do sound old. Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh, damn it. I'm still hip. I'm young. I can floss. I can dance. That's what the young kids like these days, right? Oh god, I sound like a boomer. Okay, anyway. You're 10! See? Ah! You're still young! What are you doing here? Thank you so much, Jerry. I can floss. I can floss. But you know what I can do? I could also do, here. You know what I could do? I could do the alien dance. Okay. Street lights. Go push the clutch warm. Excite and emotional tell. Okay. Yeah. You guys can hear. I can't sing. Okay. Anyway. Let's move on. Okay. Next. Okay. Next question. Oh, actually, is about tuning. This is about tuning. Do you recommend pitch correction? So the current meta is that yes, it does sound more professional. But honestly, I don't think you'd have to do that. It depends on the song. Wait, I'm reading that. And he sips the chat. Thanks, Paul. And he says the chat. Yeah, you know what? Personally, I also think that it depends on the song. Because not all songs need the T-Pain effect. Some need what? Some need. I mean, like tuning doesn't have to be like crazy tuning. You know, it could be very subtle. So yeah, it just depends on what you like, and any of your preference. So yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So trans lyrics. I know I saw there were a few questions about trans lyrics in the chat. So what's your process for creating trans lyrics? Do you take an English translation of the internet and make it fit the song, or do you just translate the lyrics using your own Japanese skill, plus maybe a dictionary? If it's a former, do you check the translation for accuracy in any way, or do you trust it just to be accurate? So when I was younger and didn't know much Japanese, I would just sort of blindly trust it because I didn't have any other way to figure out whether or not it was good. And so, yeah. But now what I do is I translate the song myself with the help of my dictionary, my trusty old dictionary, or jisho.org, and friends to just double check over it. And then I also double and quadruple check with other people's translations to see if they caught on to like any other like nuances and stuff maybe that I didn't catch on, maybe like puns or like cultural references, and then I also try to understand what the song is about, so I'll like look at the PV a few times if it has a PV, or read the comments, you know, because everybody loves putting their interpretation of the song in the comments, so that's what I'll do. Oh, there are okay. Oh no, wait. They're reading super chats at the end. Sorry. I just don't want to interrupt my flow. I really understand. Yeah, to solidify my own interpretation of the song as well. So like, I'll take. Wait, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, to solidify my own interpretation of the song. And like stick to one angle, because it's not good if you're all over the place. And then after that, I'll think of cool phrases or idioms or other witty puns I can fit into the song. And then some magic happens. I think I get possessed by like the ghost of Hatsune Miku or like Jubiphonic or something, and then suddenly it's just done. And so that's my process. Obviously, this can take weeks or months. My projects folder has like a shit ton of things there already. It's crazy. But yeah. So, related to that, what's your advice on how to improve within English lyric adaptations to J-songs? Any resources you'd suggest? So, this is my advice. Grammar can suck a fat pee-pee. You should focus on more like how it rolls off the tongue, you know, because these are songs and they should sound really catchy and they should feel good to sing. So, don't take it like one-to-one JP to English. Like, maybe put in some like English stuff that's more common in English lyrics. You know, like making the stress of the syllables correct is also very, very important. Because if not, your lyrics sound really awkward. I think relating it to your own past experiences or feelings helps immensely. Like every single song I write trans lyrics to, I have a personal connection to that. So yeah. You also want to reference maybe like other popular related bodies of work. That's probably also super duper cool. Like I referenced Dancing Queen and Easy Dance, and honestly, some of my best lyrics yet. And also for your lyrics, they don't have to rhyme, you know? They don't have to. Not all poems rhyme either. It just depends on the feel of the song. If you don't want to rhyme it, you don't gotta rhyme it, you know? Just do you, as long as it sounds good. I think personally iconic parts of the songs should stay. So like instead of I think Julie translated for I Know Scenario, instead of you know the first line, it goes Sekai wo to shitemo. She instead of like translating it, she did a thing that, you know, she's made it start with the same syllable, say. So she did say that it's all abandoned, say that it's I can't remember it right now off the top of my head, but like that's an iconic line. I also see some Indonesian trans lyrics like to translate the English parts of Japanese songs, and it's like very strange in my opinion. Like if it's we are mavericks, you don't want to say kita adalah maverick atau gimana, you know, like it's not you know, it's like really awkward. You don't want to do that. And the next one, I recommend looking up any weird phrases you may spot, or, you know, like further researching into translation notes to like sort of further understand it. So like for puns and like other cultural references, maybe you can do something, because sometimes there's like no English word to some Japanese things. So maybe you want to pick up like an idiom or like you know, a reference that's sort of similar to it, but it's more understand. It's sort of like localizing the lyrics, you know. It's not you're with trans lyrics. Sometimes you just want to localize it, unless it's something like a very Japanese sounding song, like Zange Mairi or like Aon no Beats, which you want to keep it Japanese. It would make more sense. Oh yeah, that is it. Saving a Light Abandoned. There we go. Saving a Light Abandoned. Yeah, that one's the part. Yeah. So okay, next. Videos. Okay, so a lot of people ask about videos, so this is the part. How do I make videos for covers? So these are the programs I use. I'm very much already like trapped in the Adobe suite, but you don't have to. I know it's expensive. I didn't pay for it. I know it's super duper expensive, so you don't have to do it. For subtitles I use Adobe Premiere Pro. For motion graphics I use Premiere Pro and After Effects. I made the whole PV of Ghost City Tokyo in Premiere Pro, and I made and I made Cruel Angel's Thesis in After Effects. I think for people who make chorus battle videos, they also use After Effects a lot, just because it has a lot of, you can use external plugins. For art, I also use Clip Studio Paint, either EX or Pro, I can't remember, and I also use Photoshop. Thank you for the super chat. I'll read it later after. Anyway, so other video programs that you can use that are free! One of them is Filmora 9. It's free. DaVinci Resolve is the one I recommend the most. Super free. There's also a lot of learning resources on it. You can see other people do, like, it's really good. Just trust me on that one. It has all the capabilities of Premiere Pro and After Effects without the cost. So yes, please use it. It's hard to get into. There's a learning curve for it, but it's very good, and I really recommend it. And you can also use Final Cut Pro, but that's expensive. Honestly, like, if you're just doing subtitles, I used to use iMovie. It works. It works just fine. If you're trying to look for something more professional, I recommend going for either DaVinci Resolve or like Filmora. There's also HitFilm, which is completely free and a decent video editor that I've been personally using recently. Ooh, okay. I'll take Zarman's word for that one. HitFilm. Okay. I'll try to include that again. So yeah. Okay. DaVinci Resolve, exactly. Should I use high vocal note to sing A Tale of 6 Trillion Years and Nights? That depends on you. Whatever you want to do. Maybe you can sing it low and good. Maybe if you sing it high and good. It depends on your voice. I can't really tell you. That one's really up to you. Okay, so another question is how do I get my own art for the cover videos or the channel? Here it is. There's two choices. You either make your own or you commission someone else. But you know, making your own doesn't mean you have to make like a gigantic PV, you know. You could also like use a still image from the video, add some moving things like waveforms, subtitles, overlays, I don't know. You could also Photoshop a silly meme together. It doesn't matter. Like you could just, I don't know. It's free. You could also record yourself singing or use a Vroid model of yourself to record a singing video. Like the Vroid, the program I'm using for like my VTuber model, this is free. It's free. It's on Steam. It's free. And so I recommend it. You could do something like Kizuna Ai, where she just like sings in front of a mic. Like you can basically just go like, yay, you know, it's all good. Or you could do black image with title text, best cover, exactly. Exactly. Let's see, Reed Renee, any tips on trying to change the pitch of an instrumental to match your range? Find out what pitch, what key the song sounds the best in your range, and then change the instrumental. Pitch it to that. And yeah, as Palm says, a more complex doesn't make a better video too. Some people, yeah, exactly. Like people like Anapansu just have one image and just subtitles fading in and out, and that's it. Yep. Videos aren't the most important thing, but it's definitely, you know, it's like the thing that people see first, and so it's gonna be the thing that catches people's eyes first. Yeah, this video will stay up after it's done, so you don't have to stay here if you have anything else to do. Yeah, also that Kizuna Ai cover style, yeah, it is just Rainy's cover style. Yeah, I agree. But yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I'm also going to talk about popularity because a lot of people, of course, you want to get into it. I mean, you can't just like get into it and just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to do this for fun and then not get it. Like it feels bad if you don't get any views and stuff. And so, okay, here's a question. How do I make my covers stand out or get noticed? Thank you. So these are my 3 tips. You want to tag your video properly? Yeah, I'm a little tired. It's okay though. You wanna tag your videos properly, and then you also want maybe to sing the right song at the right time, and also having really amazing art in video works. I think that one's expensive. Expensive? Important. That one's important. That one's super important. Okay, but like I have a thing, right? Somebody asked me about tagging, right? So how do you pick out and order your tags before uploading? This is sort of related to search engine optimization, sort of, but I'll just keep it short and sweet about tagging. So Google Help says tags are descriptive words you can add to your video to help people find your content. Basically, you want to pick keywords that everybody Googles when they look for your covers, when they look for the covers that you have. Yeah. So you could use Google Trends, you could copy other people's tags from other people's videos, which I do a lot. Just like go to like the most popular video and like copy some of their tags. It's all good. Yeah. You want to help people search for the stuff that would be in your covers. So if you are using like an alternative video that has like a different fandom in it, you can tag it with that too. You know, that's also a tip. Maybe you want to use like somebody else's AMV for your own video. Sometimes that gains more traction. So just think about it. Just think about it. Other tips, according to Google and YouTube, they do not like it if you have too many tags. So you want to keep it short. You also want to keep it relevant and add some keywords in the description to get more hits on Google. So this is search engine optimization at its best. You know how like Amazon reviews will make you say a certain thing so that it shows up more in Google? It's sort of like that, but with your video. But don't put every tag you can think of because Google and YouTube will be less inclined to show it. It's not good to tag random tags. Like I said, you want to keep it relevant, because if not, it's not gonna help you at all. Yes, Zarman, you shouldn't have Big Titty Goth GF in your tags with no Big Titty Goth GF Swiss. Exactly. Yeah. Put tags about a popular meme. It depends. If it's relevant to your video, then yeah, sure. Okay, anyway, moving on, right? So, copyright. This is a really long marshmallow from somebody. I'll see if there's like an easier way for me to answer this, but it's a lot. There's like 6 parts to this. So, the first one is how not to get a copy strike. Sorry, do you have to ask permission to make a cover? Are there people who don't let you make covers of their songs? If you don't get if there isn't an official instrumental for the song, what do you do? And can you use the original video of the song that it was uploaded with? How do you get the best quality of that? And also, what's a good program for beginners to mix with voice and music? So we've answered 2 of these, which is the instrumental part and also the good beginner programs. Let me just read this bottom part. I've been following you for a while and I'm a big fan of your voice. Thank you. I've been wanting to start a channel and post covers. Good job. But I don't know about the legal stuff, nor what is allowed or not. So thank you for this. No problem. I hope you're in chat right now. Hope you can answer my question. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. So copyright strikes, right? Copyright claiming is not like a copyright strike, so you don't get strikes when uploading your covers. You just get claimed. It's fine. It's like pretty harmless, but may reduce the chances of you being able to get monetized. Also, what was the second question? Do you need to ask permission? Generally, no. If they release the instrumental, you should be fine. Just make sure you credit them in the description. There are some producers that do not let you, do not let you cover their songs, but that's very rare. And they'll usually state it outright. So the next part, is yeah, you can commission somebody or ask somebody to commission an instrumental if they can use your version for free or for a fee. You are allowed to use the original video, but if you want a better chance at monetization, maybe don't. Also, mixing programs aren't a one-size-fits-all, and it's up to you what you find comfortable. Okay, we'll move on from that question. Thank you for asking, though. It's just a long one. Here's another one about monetization. Hi, Rachie. I'm looking to start a cover channel of my own soon. I know you've personally struggled with monetization issues in the past, so I was wondering if you had any tips on that. I do. Let's see. I really love to give credit to the original artists, and I know I can do that by linking them in the description and searching YouTube's library for their music. Also, I don't mind giving creators any ad revenue I receive, but I don't know how to go about that without my whole channel getting flagged. I've heard you mentioning getting verified helps, and I heard others talk about licenses. How would I go about doing this as a beginner? Also, how would I get in contact with other cover artists? I remember you mentioning they were a great support system when you struggle with the next tune. Thank you so much. I love your channel. Thank you for the question. It is very long, but I'll try to explain the best way I can. So, I saw a lot of like misconceptions in that. Your channel doesn't get flagged, it's your video that gets flagged. So your channel's technically safe unless you upload a lot, which is why my channel got flagged. Yeah, getting content ID'd also isn't the same as copyright strike. Content IDs are basically harmless. They're not asking you to take down the video. They're just saying, look, we're just taking your money. So yeah, getting verified is also really good because YouTube has creator support, and that's basically like a one-on-one, like a personal support system for you. Like I don't know if you guys saw, but I couldn't get any help on Twitter through creator support, so I just emailed them directly, and it helped. Reaching out to people like me will also help. Usually you can just @us on Twitter, and we're more than happy to help you with I'm getting burnt out. Okay. Also, if you want a stronger case against flagging, you might want to try commissioning an original instrumental, original video, or art, because it helps a lot. Sometimes, like, they won't take all your revenue, but they'll have like a content sharing for people like that. So the long short of it is that your channel is gonna get flagged, but if you upload covers, you're always gonna have a strong case against re-uploads. So it's always worth, like, if you do get demonetized, it's always worth filing a dispute against that. Okay, so I'm tired. Okay, we're like, give me a second. Oh, I have a bit of a headache. Tired. I am in pain. I don't usually talk this much, so it's a lot. Okay, anyway. So, next question is about okay, I want to upload covers, but I'm worried it's unprofessional to revisit them and do a better job later. Should I just upload the work I'm proud of once I do it and redo it when it strikes me? Or should I refine it to a final version and let that be my final say on the song? I think it really depends. Sleep stream one. I don't know if people are gonna come to my sleep stream. Also, isn't it weird if you guys like listen to me sleep? I say a lot of weird things in my sleep. That's very, oh no. I feel really self-conscious now. Okay, anyway, or should I refine it to a final version? Okay, I think it really depends. I think if you put out something, you should put it out at the best ability that you can at that current point in time. And if you feel like you need to redo it later, that's fine. I mean, at that point, you probably have like a fan base or something, and they'll probably want to hear you sing it anyway. So yeah. Yeah. You don't want to spend too much time on making a cover as well. And so maybe like an 80% or like a 90% of what you can really do is probably the best thing. It's probably a good compromise. Aww. Oh. Okay. Next question. How do you build an audience? So I took like a marketing degree when I was in school. But this is like the long and short of my years in college. Basically, you want to get a target audience. You want to sort of like be like, okay, I want anime people on my channel, and then you sort of figure out what content caters to them, and you want to be consistent, and then you'll see growth. eventually. You want to put yourself out there a lot too. So like that's why I recommended making a lot of social media in the beginning. There's no harm in promoting yourself at all. There's no harm. It might be really annoying, so just be like good. Be good about it. But like, be like nice about it, I guess. Don't be annoying. But you'll see growth eventually. If you keep consistent and follow all the tips that I had in this video, you'll eventually see growth. Also, another way to build or grow an audience is to get exposure to somebody else's audience to grow. So like collaborating with somebody. And speaking of which, at what point do you start reaching out for collabs with other artists? Should you wait for someone to reach out to you first? Thank you for the question. So I get a lot of requests to do collaborations from a lot of people. Some of these people are people that have never uploaded anything at all. And they expect me to do a lot of the heavy lifting. And that's no bueno. Like, I'm not free promotion for you. Nobody, you know, you gotta put in some work first. You gotta make your own audience first. Before you ask for a collab. But once you've built up your own portfolio enough, I think that's a good time to do it. Either one of you could initiate, but I don't think you should expect a reply. It's because it sort of depends on the person as well. Because you might think you can make something great with them, but maybe they're just like, I don't think so. So, yeah. Senpai, how do you ask somebody for permission to use their song and make as your cover? You don't have to if they include it in the if they put out an instrumental. Just make sure that you credit them in the description. Most of the time is how it is. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, what makes a good collaboration, right? So the mindset you have to have, I think a good mindset to have when asking for a collaboration is, oh, I can make cool stuff with this person. And also you know, a good collab has similar audiences, so you guys can get exposure from each other audiences and grow, you know. I think that's a good one as well. But this isn't true like 100% of the time. Sometimes you have like, I don't know, sometimes you have different audiences, but it works out because you guys are tangential. So yeah, it takes a long time to find the right collab for the people involved, for sure. So don't like be all like willy-nilly, like don't be impulsive about it. Like actually think through, and it'll happen. Don't be scared to ask people. I mean, like the worst thing they could do is say no, and then when they say no, you'll be like, okay, moving on. Like it hurts then. Rejection will always hurt, but like it depends. Like at least you tried, you know. I think if you're really passionate and if you really want to do it, you should try. So yeah, that's what I think about collabs. Anyway, moving on. So I saw somebody in chat ask about how do you get over the feeling that your voice isn't perfect, so it's not worth putting out covers. This is something I struggle with a lot, right? How do you get over hating your own voice? I can't seem to ever get over it and shy away from actually posting covers because of how bad it sounds. This is sort of self-explanatory. If you anybody who's listening right now should look on screen. But it's basically an artist that says, "Oh man, this guy's cake is way better than mine," as he puts down a cake that, yeah, probably doesn't look as good. But the audience goes, "Holy shit, 2 cakes! 2 cakes!" Remember, anything that you put out is worth it. Like you may not be satisfied with it, but to somebody else, it might also mean the world. And people are always happy to just have more things, you know? So, yeah. That's what I think about it. Remember, anytime you're feeling down, just remember, audience goes, 2 cakes! They'll eat it regardless. So yeah. I hope that's self-explanatory. More food, right? Doesn't even have to be cake. You could put out a different food and people could go like, oh, more food. Yes. It's a good philosophy that I'm trying to like figure out as well. Anyway, another question. I think we're going to the more personal questions. What made you want to start a YouTube channel? I saw somebody on stream ask this in the beginning. And how do you feel about where you're standing? How do you feel about where you are today? I started a YouTube channel because I was bored and I really like Vocaloid and I like singing. So, I think what really like set me probably on this path is I liked making English covers and I liked sharing how, you know, the joy of Vocaloid to the world is probably how it is. And that's how I got to where I am today. Also, English covers weren't really a big thing back then. They were a thing, but there weren't a lot of people making really good ones. So I guess I was decent enough, you know? And how do I feel about where I am today? Great question. Let's move on. What's something you wish someone had told you about being Uttaite before you started or when you first started? I answered that. Yeah. Don't tie your self-worth to your channel. It's very bad. I think that's like the #1 advice I can give anybody who's like doing like an online career or just anything in general. Like, your own self-worth should come from inside you and should not be tied to any of your achievements or successes or anything. That's like monetary. Like, it could be other achievements too, you know? Like, personal things. Like, I got out of bed today. Great. But yeah, tying your self-worth to your channel is probably the #1 worst thing that anybody could do. And I wouldn't wish it. I wish I knew that earlier, before it happened. Numbers are also not everything. Yeah, just because your stuff doesn't get a lot of views doesn't mean it's bad. It just means maybe you're marketing a wrong way, or YouTube's algorithm is screwy, and you have to like retag it a different way. You know, a lot of times views and popularity is pretty much out of your control and very much luck based. So don't be disheartened. Just change your strategy, I think. Yeah. Try to focus on being proud of your own stuff, because I mean, the only person you should really compare yourself to at the end of the day is yourself. And if you did better than you did last time, I think that's good enough, you know? And you may not be famous at the end of the day, but that's okay, because yeah, it's okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's not the end of the world. If all else fails, blame the algorithm. It's never your fault. You're always correct. I love you. Mwah. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole presentation, and those are all the relevant questions that I got through my stuff. I'm gonna read super chats now, and donations, but I will wait I'll wait as I wait for people to like ask for questions right now. So anyway, thank you, Palm, for the five. Any Simps in chat? I'm sure there are. Jason donated 5 also. Well, yes, there are Simps in the chat. Swiss donated 10. Thank you. I'm a Simp in chat. Thank you. Andy donated 150 Taiwanese dollars. I guess. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it is. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hello from Taiwan. Love your covers. Thank you so much. Dragon Scale donated $5 through Super Chat. The myth, the legend, Rachie. I love you and your covers. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it all the time. Okay, let me just go through. Let me just go through some of the questions I got before. Let's see. Should I get a Patreon account or page to promote my channel more? I don't think Patreon is a good place to advertise your stuff, because people don't really look through Patreon to find cool artists. People go through YouTube or Twitter to find artists, and then they stumble upon your Patreon, and then they'll want to donate to you. So that's sort of my advice for that one. What else? Was there mods? Was there anything else? Was there anything else I missed? Maybe like in the beginning that I didn't catch that maybe I should have caught? You think I'm good? Okay. So that's it. That's the end of the stream. I appreciate it. Oh, right. Not the end of the stream, but that's the end of the presentation. Thank you guys so much for listening. Before I end the presentation, a few announcements for my channel. Ghost City Tokyo is now in all stores. Go stream it. It's on my Spotify. It's on everything. Yeah. Also, if you wanna interact more with us or like ask more questions to me and stuff like that, I have a Discord server, a public Discord server. It's called the Idol Agency. I think it's down in the description below. I think it should be. And then the third big one is that I have a 2U cover coming soon. Hehe. I wonder if you guys can guess which song it is, but It's coming. I just finished the lyrics yesterday, so I'm gonna go record it, and hopefully I can get it out soon. But yeah, you guys can maybe like, yeah, figure out. Yeah. Okay. And that's the end of that. So I will move to my VTuber thing. Oh, there you go. Hi. Okay. Hello. Oh no. 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 Ah. Ah. Okay. There we go. There we go. Thank you guys for coming. I think I'm just gonna do like a free talk session now. But yeah. Hello. Discord gang. Okay. You guys wanna hear about my apartment story? You guys wanna hear my apartment story? Okay. So like, let me just change the topic. I can't change it. Okay. So my apartment story, right? Yeah, how I said that so when I was in college, right, and second year I moved out to my own apartment. Speaking of that, right, when I moved to the US for junior year of high school, and I had to live in dorm, and I had to between every year, like, so from 2013 and 2014 I was living in a dorm in high school, and I had to move out every single time from the dorm every year, you know, like, it was really annoying. I fucking hate moving sucks, it's horrible. So like, when I got to college after the first year of required being in a dorm, I was just like, I'm gonna live in an apartment. And so I found myself a really nice apartment. It was a 1-bedroom. It was nice. It was like, I found like a place that I could like, you know, it had like a nice view. It had a closet. It was a 1-bedroom. It was great. But that was also my first time renting an apartment. And I was just like, I'm gonna be here for 3 years, right? And so I signed the contract, and they were just like, okay, just keep a look. There was like a thing I had to sign. I was like, okay, I think this is me signing for next year's lease. Apparently it wasn't. And so I went home for the summer, and they were telling me like, hey, your stuff isn't moved out. And I was like, huh? What are you talking about? What? I have the apartment next year. And they were like, no, you never signed the lease. Like, we sent you an email about it. And I was like, what? No? I never got it. Look, because like, I actually never got the email. And it was so weird. Like, I tried looking at my email for it. They never sent me the email. So basically they were saying like, yeah, so you gotta move out before this date. You technically don't have the apartment anymore. And I like panicked because I was already back in Indonesia. And yeah, it was bad. So yeah, I had to. I was flying back to the US at some point anyway. So I just went back early, and I moved out, and I had to find a new apartment before the end of summer, or else I didn't have anywhere to stay in my college town. Yeah, it was big poo poo. But it's okay. I look back on it and I laugh now. But I remember like during that summer, it was the most stressful summer of my life because I was also doing an internship, and then my mom was just like, I can't fucking believe you lost your fucking apartment. She's like, swear. I'm like, I'm so sorry. This is my face apartment. Wait, I have an action for this. I was like, Taku. I was like, I'm so sorry. This is my first apartment. And I was like, oh. So it was bad. But yeah, so every year after that, I stayed in like a loft apartment, which was smaller and didn't have a closet, and had a bathroom that was like way too big, and so the living space was small, and my kitchen didn't have any storage. It sucked like hell. Yeah, they probably got a higher paying person and they pushed the blame on me. Exactly. It just sucked. But like, you know, it is what it is. I lived in the same apartment after that for like the next 2 years. And it was okay, I guess. I just had to go on campus every single time I had to record. And campus was like a half-hour walk away. Up a hill, and so that was always fun. But you know, it's a good experience. I have a lot of stories from college about stuff like that. Moving out's hell. I don't know if you guys like have moved to a dorm before, or like moved to anything before, but wow, sucks. I could have just lived in the bathroom, honestly. Maybe paid like $400 rent. Thank you, Hope Sent May. Oh yeah, if it's late for you guys, you all should go to sleep. This is just Rachie after hours, just talking about like some stuff. Moving is a big pain. Exactly, right, Zarmin? Like, dorms are very economical, but it's also nice to just be able to like leave your stuff in the dorms for like an entire summer and not have to worry about storage, you know, because you already paid for your room and everything. Yeah. Speaking of which, right? Are there any of you guys that are living in dorms this semester? Oh yeah, for sure, Jason. Living in the streets is so much more economical, but why? Why? Imagine being in the USA. Ugh, I know, right? It's almost 10 a.m. there. Okay, what time is it for everyone? You would have to move if you're homeless. Oh my god, I don't think you can say that. Can you say that? Shit. I mean, you still gotta move around, though, right? Oh. Hell yeah. Late night gang. Late night gang. Yay. Late night gang. Late night gang. Yay. Yeah, yeah. I was actually planning to move to New York when I go to college, and now you're making me panic, Mom. Ah, you're fine. My experiences aren't universal. I'm just a really dumb person. I'm just really, really dumb. You know, so it's okay. I listen to your song a lot, so I love your singing voice. Thank you, Shake. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I do have doo-doo brain. There's a lot of stupid things I did. Like the day before I had to fly back home to Indonesia, I flew back from like a town that was 5 hours away from the airport was 5 to 6 hours away from where my college was, and I only realized when I was an hour away from the city that I left my passport back in my apartment 5 hours away. And so that night I had to go all the way back to my apartment, take the 5 hours and another bus, grab my passport, and then go all the way back. It was yeah, I'm stupid. I'm really stupid. Like I can laugh about it now, but my family like makes fun of me about it all the time. Like they'll always, you know, like those during family events when your family embarrasses you with that one story. That's me. That's me. That's like my life. My family will say that to my friends. My sister will like point at me and laugh about it, and she's just like, "You're so stupid," and I'm just like, "I'm sorry, I'm dumb." Yeah. Okay. Never forget your passports, exactly. Okay. Hey, Rachie, any tips for mixing for beginner Uttaite? I went over it before. We're actually over with the Uttaite 101 portion of this stream. And so, yeah. I might honestly just start a new stream if I just want to like sing and talk and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah. The presentation and everything is down in the comments below. By the way, it's down in the description below if you want to see what we covered in class. But yeah, all the resources that I covered is down there. So just check it out. The cutoff for marshmallow questions. Oh, well, I did say that I was gonna read additional marshmallow questions. So let me go check that out. Yes, I did see the Project Sekai cover of Hated by Life. Oh, I suddenly have... What? Oh, okay. I do have a lot. Okay. You know what? Let's go through this together. I'm going back to my... Here. Oopsies. Sorry. That was a technical difficulty for sure. But okay, we're back here. I have a lot of other stuff that I should answer. I think I got like another 10 to 20 questions. Let's see. Let me see what I can do. There we go. Window capture. Oh, I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's go answer these. Here we go. Do you have any sort of vocal warm-ups before you sing for realsies? I just Google any random ones. I think I've answered this one already. How long does it take to make a cover? It depends. I think Ghost City Tokyo took a few months because of the instrumental, but I made Stronger Than You Frisk version in 15 minutes. So, it can be anything you want. It just depends on your drive and determination. And so, yeah. What else? How do you deal with bad voice days? Don't sing during bad voice days. I think you should definitely rest your voice during bad voice days, because if not, you're gonna ruin your voice, and that's always a bad thing. What else? Yeah, that one long is a great warm-up. See, if you're like me and you're dumb and like you can't... If you're like me and you're dumb and the only thing that plays in your head is like the dial-up tone, it just comes naturally, you know? All good. But yeah, rest your voice when it doesn't sound good, because if you strain, if you're strained while you're recording, you're just gonna have to re-record it again, you know, when you listen to it. So that's what I recommend. Hey Rachie, what software do you recommend for starters? I recommend Reaper. We talked about this. It's in the stuff in the comments, but in the description. But it's Reaper. I recommend Reaper for starters if you want to record and if you want to mix. So yeah. Do you do any vocal training? Nope. Well, that was a very short answer, but yeah, thank you so much for asking these questions, guys. We already went over some tips for writing trans lyrics, but as for how long it usually takes to write one, it really depends. I've taken years to write trans lyrics, and then I've also taken 24 hours, so it depends. It always depends with me. I feel like with me, I don't know if it's like this with other people, but if like I don't want to do it, or if I don't have any inspiration, I'm just gonna like not do it, you know? I can't like force it out of myself, you know? You know? Huh. This background music is so good. It keeps repeating in my head. Bike. That was the quickest answer. I know how to scratch your voice, but you do it. Don't do it! It's no good. Have you ever thought of doing a cover of Dramaturgy or Love Trial? Now, Julie already has good stuff. Honestly, if she already has something good, it's fine. Let's see. Rachie, I'm wondering, what advice would you give for people who are trying to cover very high-pitched songs but are alto or lower? Sing in a lower octave. Just do it. Or like pitch it down. Like, honestly, songs only sound as good as the singer makes it sound. So if you're straining to sing it in a pitch, you know, in a key that's not good for you, it's not gonna sound good. So just be comfortable while singing. Yeah. You know what? Though? No, I have to be serious with doing this. I can't meme on these questions. I feel bad. But yeah, that's my advice. Okay, hey Rachie, thank you for all your wonderful covers. I have some questions about making a song cover. How do youtaites get permission from the original artists? We don't. They usually just include the instrumental, and we're just like, okay, so they'll let us cover it, cool. Because most of the time, people will stop there if there isn't an instrumental. That usually means they're just like, oh, we're not letting you cover this, or we can't give it out, you know? Imagine having a voice. This post was made by a cute laryngitis kick. Oh shit, I'm so sorry. How does the copyright stuff work for song covers? So you're gonna get copy claimed. You're not gonna get copyright striked most of the time. But sometimes you get claimed, and sometimes your covers get blocked in all countries. But that's just what you have to deal with. Some songs just aren't available in other countries, and you can't really do anything to change that. Unless Palm has something to say in the comments. Sorry for bringing up trivial questions, but these kept me worried when I made my first cover. You're fine. This is something you should definitely be thinking about. I never thought of it when I started out, but it's definitely a good thing to start out to think about it. Just know that you don't need permission as long as you credit the original artist. And also, you only get claims, so they only take your revenue. That's it. And yeah, thank you for asking me questions. Okay, let's keep going. 日本のファンです。いつも楽しんで動画を見させてもらってます。日本語 OK とのことですが、What is this? What is this? What is this kanji? What is this kanji? この漢字は何？どう読みますか？概要欄 description box. Ah, that's description box. 概要欄には Discord に日本語の説明を追加する予定がありますか？ Do I have... Okay, wait, let me translate this for you guys. I'm a Japanese fan. I always enjoy your videos. So the Discord that you put in the description box, are you gonna like put some Japanese explanation on it? I think like 予定はありません。今は。ごめんなさい。でもマシュマロありがとうございます。Okay, that's my shitty Japanese, but yeah. I can understand things better than I speak. I'm sorry. What software do you use for tuning voices? I use Waves Tune. It's a paid thing, but you can look it up. You should voice act? No way. I'm scared. I don't want to voice act. No. Okay, hi. I hope this question makes it. I'm an illustrator actually, and I've always been curious as to how Uttaites find artists to make original art for them, e.g. in music videos, social media graphics. One of my dreams as an artist is you get to draw for Uttaite. Thanks and keep up the good work. I love you. Most people find them through Twitter. They just sort of follow people they like, or if artists open commissions, usually Uttaites will go like for artist commissions and stuff like that. You can make a tweet saying like, hey, I'll draw for Uttaites, you know, like make sure to spread this around and stuff. But yeah, that's usually how it goes. I'm not so sure because I'm not an artist. Usually when people commission me to do vocal work, they're usually just like, hey, we found you from like a video, and I'm like, oh, cool, thank you. But yeah, that's my advice. Okay. Anyway, thanks for the question. How do you learn to mix? What does that even mean? No idea. But I do include. I have like down below. I have this mixing resources document down below, and also down below is where the PDF of everything is. So go check it out. Yeah, Palm says something good. When in doubt, just DM artists politely and ask if they're open to commissions. Include a description of the project. Yes. And you can also like tell Uttaites like, hey, I really want to draw for a cover for you. Will you let me? Like most of the time, people go like, yeah, hell yeah, you know. My dog's sleeping at the bottom. He's so cute. Okay. This one, do you have to ask permission for the producers of the songs to make... Oh, that one's from you, Alex! If you show me examples of your work, maybe I can find something to like fit it in. Do you have to ask permission from the producers of the songs to make covers? Most of the time, no. I feel like that's like a bigger question than I thought it would be. I guess it's because of like monetization and copy claiming issues, but most of the time, no. And if they have an issue with it, you monetizing, they'll most likely already like claim the audio for itself. So it's like an automatic thing. Yeah. Okay. Next thing, last thing. How do you start uploading covers if you're insecure about your voice? Here, let me look this up. It's called it's this.
Do it! Just do it!
So that's my advice for anybody who may want it. But yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for asking me all these questions. I really appreciate it. Again, it's really good stuff. You guys should do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah. Like, honestly, if you never put yourself out there and never try, you're never gonna know if you like it. You're never gonna know like if you want to do it or not. So I would suggest just doing it. Yeah. So yeah. Is there anything else? Oh, hi, Leah. That is some great advice, isn't it? Exactly. I'm really good at giving advice. That's me. Okay, let's go back to VTuber.